And my time was running wild, a million dead-end streets, and every time I thought I got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face me, but I've never caught a glimpse how the others must see the faker. I'm much too fast to take that test. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer man. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. There's gonna have to be a different man. Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
In 2019, my son Cody turned 12, which in Alberta made him eligible to take his hunter's training course. So Cody, we just passed our hunter exam?
Yeah.
What did we get?
99%.
99%, baby. I picked Cody up on a Friday after school and we headed out to the hunting cabin. Now we didn't have any tree stands or blinds set up for the two of us, so on that Friday night we ended up still hunting around Charlie's property. And wouldn't you know it, but man, did we ever see a lot of deer. And Cody even got a shot at one. Missed, but man, it was exciting. Shot. We set this blind up today, and it's in the corner of Charlie's field. And this is where we got a shot at a deer last night, and we saw about 10 or 15 deer. So we're hoping that some of those guys come back. It sort of looked like it reacted when you shot, and then I thought I saw that deer looking like it was slowing down, but it was going over the hill, so I'm not sure.
Go see.
Yeah, we'll go see. So what just happened?
I don't know. I just took a shot at a deer, and we're gonna go see if I got it.
First deer. Nice going. Okay, let's do a little interview.
We saw a deer, and then I took my gun out and I shot it.
Did it feel like a good shot?
Yeah.
You did. You made a great shot. It looks like you got it right in the chest.
I wasn't like really sure. I was just like really hoping I got it.
This was a really special weekend we had in October. My mom and dad had come up from the Okanagan. Roger had come down from the city with Sam and Jacob. And then Jolene and I were there with Cody, and Katie actually came out for a night as well. And believe it or not, I actually got lucky and somehow managed to kill a bull elk on the first night we were there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it on video. The bull was behind me and to my right, and it was really all I could do to get a shot off. Yeah, we found him. He's a 4x4. He came in with a cow and a calf, and the cow was right in front of me at like 30 yards downwind, and so I was really, and he was in the trees and not coming out, and I figured the cow was going to win me, and I ended up having to turn all the way around in my stand, and she heard me, but he didn't, and he was sort of in between the trees, I'd say maybe 75, 80 yards away, and I shot him, and that's probably the only bullet I hit him. It wasn't this side that I was shooting at, it was the other side, but he probably from where I shot him, he only went 50 yards at the most.
Or all that lead scared him to death.
Yeah, that could be. What'd you think of that, Code?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Hey, guys!
Hey!
Well, no matter what happens now, it's been a successful trip, right?
That's for damn sure.
You want to see some happy boys? Give them a sharp knife and an elk to skin. Unfortunately, Charlie's field got cut the night before, so we ended up moving the blind about 100 yards off the field, and that's where Cody and Grandpa set up that night.
Okay, here we are in our blind. Cody and I. What do you see out your window there, Code?
Nothing except trees.
And a lot of grass.
Yeah.
Just a perfect place for a big buck.
And wouldn't you know it, Dad was right. Cody got a shot at a buck that night, and we never found it that night, but we went back the next morning, and Cody found it.
Well, yesterday I shot a buck, and then today, it was like dark, so we tried to find it, but we couldn't, and then today we were looking all over in the bush over there, very deep, and then it was just here the whole time.
I said it just could walk down the road, right?
And that's what he did.
And he just died right on the road. So in terms of how far he went from where you shot him, he probably went, I would say, 200 yards.
Okay, you think that's all, eh?
Yeah, well, we'll mark it though, because I can mark it here, but just those 243s, man. I think we need a bigger gun, buddy, because
Well, I think the shot was a little bit back, eh?
was a little bit back, but with a bigger caliber gun, he probably wouldn't even have moved from where he shot him. Cody's first buck
Let me get one picture.
with his Grandpa Jones and his dad.
That's pretty good, eh?
What could be better?
That's right. What could be better?
Part of the issue about getting kids into hunting is they have to be so old before they're able to hunt legally. In Alberta, you have to be 12 before they're even eligible to write your hunter's training exam. By the time a kid's 12, they've usually decided what they like and what they don't like in terms of activities. Although Cody's been following me around hunting since he was 3 years old, I've tried to keep it in short doses and tried to make it interesting. I didn't want him to think hunting was boring, and it frankly can be, especially when you're 6, 7, 8 years old. So we did a lot of hunting for like rabbits and grouse. Although he wasn't shooting any of them, he was still having a lot of fun watching me do it and retrieving them and helping me clean them and all those things. So I was pretty darn happy when he turned 12 and he still had an interest in hunting. And he didn't know how it was going to be, and I didn't know how it was going to be either. So I was pretty pleased to see that he got just as excited as I did when, there was a prospect of shooting an animal. And he really warmed my heart about a month ago when he told me that he was already looking forward to going hunting next fall. So pretty darn cool. Okay, ready?